Welcome everybody. It's good to have you back in for another episode of The Vegas Therapist. I'm your host, Ryan Wynder. It's good to have you in. And for this episode, got a couple things on tap for you today. I'm going to try something a little bit different. One, I am actually videoing this episode. It's going to be on YouTube. So go check it out on YouTube if you want. I'm going to start doing that for the episodes. So we'll see how that goes. A little nervous, but I'm just going with it and trying something new. Also today, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. I'm going to try again something new with that, just to kind of hit home a few points. Just got back from a conference in Nashville for ClickFunnels, a company, which is a software company, building your business type thing. But it was really enlightening for me as just an individual, and some of the things I got from that conference I just want to share with you. So we'll get to that in a second. But before we do, just a reminder, thanks for everybody who has rated and reviewed the show. If you haven't done that yet, go to iTunes, rate and review the show, and give it a thumbs up, and just kind of put your thoughts there. And like I said, give it a rating so that the show can bump up and be there for other people to listen to. Also, go ahead and join my Facebook group, the Vegas Therapist Ryan Wynder Facebook group, for updates and for just articles, different things I post on there that you'll be privy to in being a part of that. So, all right. So those things are all part, again, coming up for the 1 year anniversary in March. I'm going to have some things that I do, some prizes, some giveaways, and I'm going to be introducing that in the next couple weeks. So get ready for that. It's going to be for the month of March. We're going to have some giveaways and some things, some contests that you can do to win some stuff as you listen and follow the podcast. So anyway, all right, so to today's episode. One, I just wanted to talk about some of the things, like I said before, some of the things I shared from the conference, some of my takeaways from the great speakers we were able to be a part of, listening to people like Tony Robbins, Garrett White, Ryan Holiday, who is an author of some great books, Heather Quizell, and Ann Grace. These are some people I wasn't familiar with beforehand, but now have a great appreciation from their work and what they're doing. Ann Grace does a lot of addiction work and some things of that nature. Prince EA, who is a wonderful YouTuber, and part of the reason I'm putting this on YouTube now is because of him and some of the things he talked about as far as just getting your message out there on different platforms, especially YouTube. And anyway, there's just a lot of great guests, a lot of great speakers, a lot of great information. But one of the most common themes that throughout the conference was in relation to our story and who we are as a person, our origin story, things that we've been through. And there was kind of two common threads to that. One was how we can utilize our origin story to connect with others. So in order to do that, we have to embrace our story, not kind of squish it down or push it away or make it so that it's, non-existent or feel shame for it, but really take what our story is and allow it to be shared with others, allow it to be a part of who we are in a positive way. Not so much, like I said, in the shame dynamic way where we are embarrassed or afraid of talking about things we've experienced or gone through. So that was one of the themes of the story. But the other side of it, though, was kind of looking at our story as a whole and maybe wondering or evaluating whether our story is actually holding us back from better things in our life, because sometimes that's what it does as well. So maybe it's not just about not sharing our story, but it's looking at it to see, like, does our story tell about, or what does our story tell us about ourselves in relation to, are we going to fail before we even try something? Are we going to, really look to try to overcome it, or we just kind of automatically have this mindset that we're going to fail because that's what our story tells us, or that's what it's come to tell us as a result of different experience. So in some of those situations, we have to actually change our story in order to change our life. And that was something that Garrett White pounded home in his talk was, we have to look at maybe changing our story, especially as the mindset of failure or not good enough or whatever it might be, that we have to work on changing that so that we can come out of that and be a better person and really work towards the things that we want to be successful with in life. So I'll definitely be going through a lot more of that stuff as we kind of go along, and as we get more into some of the topics I want to cover as a result of things that I learned at the conference. They'll be integrated into some of my upcoming episodes. But that was kind of just the general notion of a story. But one of the things that I wanted to share with everyone in relation to what I learned and what I took from the conference is really more of a challenge type situation, where the conference kind of got introduced in a way when the guy behind the conference, Russell Brunson, who is the co-founder of ClickFunnels, this was like in his first speech that he gave. He talked about the idea of over-delivering in our lives in 2020, and really making an effort to just in a sense over-deliver, not just kind of go through the motions. So I want to just share that challenge with everybody else, is that that we too kind of make an effort to over-deliver in 2020. And I think what I took from that and what really stood out for me is just that too much of our life is spent just kind of going through the motions of getting things done, just maybe for the sake of getting things done. It's like if somebody asks us to do something, it's like, yeah, okay, I can do that, or I'll get that done for you. And we just kind of go through the motions and do it and not really think too much about it. Maybe there's not really a whole lot of effort behind it because it's just something we do on a day-to-day basis. I know sometimes I can get caught in that rut with therapy where it's just like, okay, here's the same issue, same problem. You just kind of go through the motions of it and not really, maybe give it your all or give it your best. And, I think over time that definitely has an impact on us, because we're not really doing what we could be doing or living up to our potential or really giving as much as what we have inside of us. So ultimately, what is, I think, before I ask you to do that, before I kind of commit you or challenge you, I guess more so, to do that, because I can't really commit you over the podcast, but I can challenge you to do it. But before we do that, what is really over delivering, I guess, look like on a daily basis, or kind of what would that look like in your life? And I think the first thing that over delivering is, or where it starts, is with ourselves, that we need to invest in ourselves and in what we believe in. So it's kind of like to think about, for example, it's like, what is something that maybe you've been putting off in your life or avoiding, maybe that taking a risk on. So it might sound like this, I really want to blank, but I never take those steps, or I just think about it like I really want to, be a better entrepreneur. I really want to be a better podcaster. I really want to be a better husband, or I want to be better at something I do. Maybe I'm a runner, or maybe I want to run a marathon. Maybe I want to, but I just don't quite really feel it or believe in it, or believe it enough to really invest in it. Maybe I don't invest in the time what it takes to run a marathon. Maybe I don't really make that commitment with myself. I just kind of think about it. It's a nice idea as long as it kind of stays over here, but the actual taking the action towards doing it, I don't really ever get to. So, I think even for me, that's as far as like kind of going through the motions of things and maybe having thoughts about what I'd like to do. Even for myself, I think I was stuck in that for a while. And then this last week, kind of prior to the conference, I jumped in and I made a mental, emotional, and even a financial investment in myself. And, I think originally, I went back and forth on this project that I committed to doing that took a financial investment, and I kind of was like, maybe I shouldn't do it, maybe I won't do it, no, I should do it. And then I'd go to my wife and I'd say, okay, here's the reason why I think I should do it. And then I went back to her and I was like, maybe I'll just wait, maybe it's not the right time, maybe I'll just wait. And then I was like, you know what, I just need to do it. I need to do something for myself. I need to make this investment into my business. If I want to try to improve my podcast and improve my business, improve my reach to people, I need to do something outside my comfort level, outside the box, and something that's going to potentially pay dividends in the long run, but make that commitment now to it. And so I did. And It was a great experience, and I can't wait till the final product is available so that I can share it. But it was awesome. And I think, for one, it really felt good to invest in myself, and in multiple ways. One, because once I got into the project and started doing it, I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to be something good and something valuable. But also, it felt good to know that I was worth it, that I was worth my investment, my own investment, that I felt like that was something that gave me a greater sense of self because I took the time, or I made the commitment to invest in myself. Even if it was a financial commitment, there still had to be the emotional and kind of going through it commitment that came with it. But it just felt good to know that I was worth that. And so it gave me a sense of vigor and a sense of just, wholeness as I kind of went through the conference and participated in the work that I did. So investing in yourself is great. And like I said, you'll feel better for it, and you'll feel a sense of worth and value, because anytime we put something off that we can do or we should do, it hurts us, and it chips away at our soul. It chips away at our sense of value and our sense of worth. So reinvesting in ourselves and making that commitment is a way that we can over deliver. And then ultimately, by investing more in ourselves, and you can trust me on this, the more that you do invest in yourself, the more those around you will ultimately benefit. And, that's just a win-win for everybody. In fact, just this morning, one of my clients, he commented today that I seemed much more invigorated in our session because I had a greater sense of myself, and I wanted to, it's like I want to give back. I want to share this with my clients. I want to be able to give them more of myself, and maybe I haven't quite been doing that as much. So anyway, it's a good thing. So that's over delivering for us. Invest in you, invest in yourself. And that's the first step. The second step then really is about over delivering in our relationships. And for those of you that are married or in relationships with a spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, start with them. When we have the thought, it can be something as simple as when we have the thought to do something nice or be spontaneous about something. Just do it. Even if it feels stupid, just do it. Don't hesitate. Don't think twice about it. Don't, what if it's not great, or what if it's this, or what if it's that? Just, if you have a thought to do something, do it for them. Even like just an example, just kind of leading up to the conference last week after I'd made the commitment to, do this project, and I just kind of was going through my day, and I just thought, I really need to send a text to my wife and just tell her I love her and tell her thanks for supporting me. And, because it was a big commitment, and that's money that I'm taking away for our family and putting into my business. And even though hopefully it will pay off in the long run, it's still something that we have to sacrifice as a family. And she didn't even hesitate. She just, once I committed and said, hey, I'm going to do this, she's like, okay, do it, And so I kind of kept putting it off, and I was like, no, okay, I need to do this. I need to send this text, tell her I love her, tell her thanks for supporting me. And so I did it. And I think, again, those little things, they don't maybe seem much, but it's a way that we can be more than what we're being, and we can over deliver in our lives by going above and beyond, and not just kind of, hey, thanks for that or whatever. But it's that, again, us getting outside our comfort zone and doing more. So the second thing that we can do to kind of over deliver is by showing up for people, being there for them in little ways. We all go through stuff. We all have dark times. And I think when we show up for others in those moments, it means a great deal to them. And again, this doesn't have to be in big ways. It doesn't have to be, with thousands of dollars or whatever it might be. It can just be something simple that's meaningful to them in whatever it is. I know some of you out there, and I'm going to find some other ways to post it. Recently, many of you know that my mom's been battling cancer for the last year, and it's been a challenging thing. And so I've just tried to make an effort to, be there as much as I can, because, she lives in Canada, I live in Vegas. And so just try to get up there as much as possible. And so this last visit, we went to see her. My son Maddox, who has a good relationship with her, and they connect, and of course, every grandma loves their grandkids. But anyway, so we decided to take a trip. Me and my daughter were going, so my mom knew that they were going, and at the last, in the last few days, my son decided he wanted to go, so we decided to make it a surprise for her. And we show up, and we did, we live in this generation, but we videoed the surprise. But what was amazing about it is just how it captured this raw emotion of my mom, and just how grateful she was to be able to have the surprise and have her grandson come and have this excitement to see her and be there. And it was just a great moment. And, I'm not trying to brag about that or anything like that, but it was just a wonderful moment. But it was a way that we were able to kind of over deliver on something, like turn something simple and make it more so great by just sharing that surprise with her and giving her a little bit more in her time of need. And I think that's in a way, again, that we can over deliver, is just by showing up for people when they need it the most. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be in big ways. It can just be in the littlest things. Again, it can just be sending a text, letting them know that we're thinking about them. It can be giving them, dropping them off a surprise or whatever it is. But just thinking about the process of just trying to be more and do more and give more, not only to others, but then, like I said, to ourselves. So this is my challenge to you, is that you take the mindset to over deliver in 2020 for yourself, and like I said, for those around you. And let's just try to move away from mediocrity in our lives and push ourselves outside our comfort zone, and really try to over deliver in a number of ways. And I think as we do that, not only will we feel better and we'll feel more fulfilled, but those around us their lives will be enhanced as well by that. And I think we'll just grow and keep growing. That was another thing about, the conference, I think, that I took away, was just the importance of staying hungry in life, and not hungry from a negative place, like where I'm just trying to get more and more money, but hungry from a place of like not feeling satisfied with what I can do and what I can achieve, and people I can reach, and people I can touch, and people that can hear my message or hear our message, or whatever it might be. That it's a constant, challenge to stay hungry and to stay motivated to go after more knowledge or to go after more goals in life. But it's something that, we all have in us if we just, make that effort. And so I think by having the mindset of what can I do today to over deliver? What can I do today to make more for myself and for those around me is a good way to approach things. So that is my challenge to you, is to start today and find ways to invest in yourself and invest in others, and really go and make this a year of over delivering. Do the things. If there's something that you've been scared to do, make a commitment to do it. Go run that race. Go run that marathon. Go, see somebody that you haven't seen before in a while. Go, visit them, talk to them, call them. Really step up and try to do things that are going to help you feel like you're, making a difference, or again, this whole process of over delivering. So, all right, well, that's your challenge, and that's the episode for today. And I just want to say thanks for tuning in, and thanks for making me a part of your life in these podcasts. And I hope that they continue to benefit you and give you something to look forward to and to grow from as well. That's my goal, is to, just to try to help as many people as I can with this. And I'm just grateful for the platform to do that, and that you're tuning in to listen. And I hope that with the YouTube thing and some other things, that it just, the base grows and we get more involved. And, you're always welcome to email me your questions, or get on the Facebook group and send me some topics or questions that you have about life and therapy and whatever's kind of going on for you. And I'll definitely be happy to get back to you on that. So this is Vegas Therapist signing out for today. Until next time, we'll see you then.